say, for as long as it takes. Mark chapter 12, starting at verse 14. Is it lawful, Jesus asked, to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Shall we pay or shall we not pay? But he, Jesus, knowing their hypocrisy, people asked Jesus that question about paying taxes. He asked them, so why do you test me? Bring me a coin. Bring me a denarius that I may see it. So they brought it, and he said to them, whose image and inscription is this? They said to him, Caesar's. And Jesus answered and said to them, render to Caesar the things of the Caesars, and to God the things of the gods. And they marveled at him. I have a long fascination with words. Long before I really knew that I would someday be a preacher. Even though I practiced preaching on my cousins and family gatherings. I was 5. But as a young adult, I made investments in vocabulary building books. I read and I read everything I can get my hands on. I read novels, not only for the storyline or the plot or for the happy ever after formula and perhaps a surprise ending, but also looking for the words that the author would use to convey precisely the idea intended. So when I read, I'm looking for the turning of a phrase as a thing of beauty, almost always bringing to my face a smile and allowing the words to become pictures painted in my mind. Jesus, our Savior, born in obscurity in Bethlehem amid the violence imposed by an occupying army of the Roman Empire. Not so unlike what we're experiencing today. A lot of people are getting killed in Sanford, in Staten Island, in Ferguson, in Jacksonville, in Tampa, in Fort Lauderdale, in Miami. But Jesus was also a master teacher. Really a teacher extraordinary. And he was especially good at the skill of using object lessons. He could take the ordinary things of life, visible everywhere. Wheat fields, lilies, mustard seeds, fig trees, fig leaves, a lost sheep, a lost corn, a lost boy, a wine skin, or a fish sandwich. And paint pictures with stories to convey meaning with eternal significance. He often used these object lessons from which we learn important lessons for life, rather than these lessons in the abstract. Yes, sir. So this lesson that we read from our text today, like many, is an object lesson. Yes, sir. He took a coin and made a sermon. So I'm learning from Jesus that sermons are everywhere, even in a deck of cards. That's why for the next few minutes I want to talk about 7 lessons I learned playing solitaire. Sometimes I have the luxury of amusing myself with something that has nothing to do with anything except to break the monotony of a long trip or managing the workload of a busy workday. When I first got my iPad, I discovered Solitaire. And there it is. Touch it again, the game opens. The app will shuffle the deck, deal the cards, and with the tap of my finger, it will move the cards to its appropriate suit. It even seems to anticipate my decisions. But after playing a few hands, it wasn't long before I discovered something of a pattern. And there were 7 things I consider to be particularly relevant to life, especially as we try to live life as Christians. Y'all still here? Here's what I learned. The first lesson I learned is it won't let you cheat. It holds you to a strict observance of the rules of the game. It won't let you sneak a peek under the card. It won't let you see the card still in your hand. It will allow you to make a bad move, to miss a play, but it won't let you cheat. It won't even allow for an honest mistake. How different a frivolous game of solitaire is from life in God. In the gift of our humanity, there is the notion of the gift of free will. God could have made us robots without the capacity to sin. The Creator could have embedded in us a memory chip, which only rewards for good behavior and good decisions. God could have designed us in such a way that we couldn't say no. Couldn't say no to his call. Couldn't say no to his will. Couldn't say no to his way. Couldn't say no to his word. But God took a risk on us. Even risking that we might even deny or reject him. He gave us the capacity to cheat. And that's why I believe that salvation is such a big deal. When we make a decision to follow Jesus. That's why heaven rejoices over one sinner who repents. I'm already preaching. Thank God for being called. Who even now has allowed our golden moments to roll on a few days longer. He's given us another chance in a new year to start over, to do better, to make good, and to live with integrity. I was talking to one of the senators not long ago, and she says, you know, I'm a student of the whole doctrine of predestination, and I want to know, still troubles me, why is it God made us in such a way that we could disobey him? And I told her, well, the reason is he wants you to love him.